Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Gran Turismo 4. In the last episode, I went through the last Japanese event that I've been meaning to get through for a while, the All Japan GT Championship. And in this episode, I am going through the All American Championship, which is the final American event that I've been meaning to get through for a while again, right? Um, in this episode specifically, I decided to pick the cover car of the game just to have an episode where I use it in a championship. The GT Race Car Spec 2, the 4GT LM Race Car Spec 2. I wanted to pick it just because, well, it was fast. First of all, it was probably the only fast American LM race car I had on me at this point, and I didn't really feel like shooting for anything else in terms of like what's it called? Sorry about that. I never really started shooting for any of the other, what's it called? Like American sports cars, or not sport, like LM race cars, because a lot of them are just kind of like slower than what this thing was able to put out. So I didn't really choose any of the other ones, but they were there obviously. Like obviously the five that are in here were available to me. Although with that being said, I will say what is it? The Chaparral 2J like race car. That car was getting shafted the entire event. And it was sad. It was always fifth or sixth for that dude, and I don't know how, what's it called, a car like that actually was able to enter this event just because it's so slow. Anyways, main competition here is the Camaro LM race car because that is probably like, I'm pretty sure it's considered the fastest of the American LM race cars. Not too sure about that, but I'm very sure it is considered like the fastest. I used the LM race car in an event. I think it was specifically one of the endurance events. I'm not able to really recall it off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure it was the, I want to say it was El Capitan endurance event. But anyways, yeah, it's a very fast car. Once again, I'm sorry for the audio. I think for these last two episodes, I recorded them at a pretty low volume, which resulted in, what's it called? Which resulted in OBS not really being able to pick up the audio of the, what's it called? Event, which resulted in me not being able to really uh, like for it to be very audible, I guess is what I should say. Although you can like barely hear it, it's definitely like very quiet. It's my fault honestly because I set the audio on my end pretty low, but like desktop audio, not necessarily like what's it called? Not necessarily the like just audio coming to me specifically because it is very quiet here and I don't know why exactly. I mean, I do know why because I set my volume down very low. Mainly just because it was kind of late, I'm pretty sure, when I recorded this episode specifically. And yeah, so it was pretty late, and I didn't want to really have like loud engines or stuff like that in my ear, so I definitely wanted to just kind of like keep it kind of low volume. But at that time, I didn't realize that it would come in more quiet on the actual recording, so that's my mistake. I won't do that for the finale. And so yeah, let's get back into the actual race, I should say. We are on Atlanta, which is probably one of my favorite city courses. I do like the layout of it a lot. I like the actual like curve, like the not the curves, the hills and stuff like that. Um, just skipping ahead to the final lap, just to kind of show that once again, like the last event, this is kind of a closer event, mainly just because there was two cars that were kind of like neck and neck with me the entire time, which was the Camaro LM race car, obviously, but also there was another Ford GT, like LM race car that was really fast for some reason, and it was making it very like a very obvious struggle to be sure to keep first in terms of like these events. I think you'll see later on, I was kind of getting like more, I want to say desperate, but just wanting to win. Well, yeah, that's desperation. Yeah, okay. I got more desperate just to kind of keep first place against this other Ford GT race car, which will make his appearance in later on in the event. Um, but overall, it was kind of like same thing as the last event, just very close races, you know. What is it called? Ugh, nothing too difficult, but definitely nothing that's like insanely easy. Yeah, I had to actually like, work to actually get some of these races done. I will say though, all the events in this, all the races in this event are on American tracks, unlike the All Japan GT, what's it called? Championship, which had tracks in like well, there was one in Laguna Seca, and then there was also what's it called? A couple of like make believe chat. Okay, sorry about that. Let me turn that down a bit. I just remembered what I did in this episode. So after the first race, I figured out that I needed to turn up the actual desktop audio, and as a result, it shot up very quickly in audio. So that is my fault. It won't be on your guys' end in terms of actual editing because I'm gonna make sure that just doesn't happen, right? But I just want you to know that when I was recording this voiceover, um, the audio just shot up magically by like 50. I think I had the volume on my computer at like 10 and I brought it to like 50, so that it was actually loud. Anyways, we're on Infineon then for this race 2. I want to say this event was 5 races, so nothing too bad, nothing like extremely long, but definitely kind of a longer event, right? I guess one thing to kind of keep in mind is also what's it called? I guess one thing to keep in mind is that this event is definitely on the shorter end. That this event has always been like an A license event, but it's just like you need a fast car to be in here, so the game is like misleading you into what cars you should probably bring into this event. I'm not gonna lie, because an A license event with like LM race cars is definitely not exactly the most appealing thing to me. I'm not gonna lie. And also, I'm pretty sure it never showed itself in what's it called, the All Japan GT event, but for this event, um, it was cutting out the video again. So I don't know why it keeps doing that, but it does. It's annoying, and I don't like it really because I can't really tell when my capture card wants to just fucking cut out for some reason, and when it just decides it wants to actually work. Which sucks, but it definitely isn't like it's unusable. I can still use this capture card. It's just it like just cuts out the audio every once in a while, and it gets very annoying. Anyways, back to the actual race. I guess this event or this race specifically shows I think the strengths of this 4GT LM race car. It's very fast on corners, I'd say, faster than all the other LM race cars that I had here. Although I will say Infineon definitely did have me do a couple of little mistakes, I guess, that added up to the people behind me catching up and making it very difficult to actually hold first. Um, yeah, I don't know exactly when it becomes very like. I don't know if I even recorded it really, because I think on the last lap I definitely made some mistakes, but on laps 3 and 4 I definitely did like fuck up like horribly, dude. I remember this race specifically because I was like, man, I can't lose here. And I didn't, but it was at the cost of looking like a fucking idiot while I was driving. Anyways, let me see. I need to see where exactly I messed up like horribly. It was very bad whenever I actually started messing up. Yeah, the stakes, this race car's like strengths is mainly that it could actually take turns very fast. Obviously, as I pointed out earlier, take turns very quickly, as you can see right here by almost 11 seconds worth of difference. And then I hit the brakes a little bit on the grass and started spinning out, and then I managed to lose almost all that time I started building up. It sucks, but I mean, what are you gonna do, really? And I will say that Infinion's probably like one of my, like, I don't say least favorites, but it definitely is on the lower end of the tracks for me. I just don't really like Infineon Raceway. Um, I think it's maybe just because of this last section right here where you just take these wide turns. Take these wide turns and just like straight away into like the turn around into the next lap. I don't really like that too much. I'm trying to remember where I messed up big here. I think it was lap 4. Because I think that, yeah, here goes one of them right here. I took it way too fast and way too, like, in the corner. So I ended up spinning out pretty badly here. Let me see. So that was one. I don't remember where exactly I managed to let the guy behind me catch up a lot. The other Ford GT race car. I think it was on this turn right here because this turn's kind of tricky here, or maybe not. Barely. It wasn't here. I know I messed up somewhere. Like, well, you could see right there on the mini map. What's it called? The like second and third place already caught up to me pretty heavily. So I definitely was messing up, and I was seeing that. So I was like, I gotta hurry up and get to the finish line so I can win this. But yeah. I don't know why I went into third person camera here. Just kind of show the car a bit, I guess. I'm not too sure. I think it's the 5th lap where I started doing like a really dumb play that actually ended up working out. Not too sure exactly where it was where I decided to. Well, there goes something big right there. Taking that turn way too fast, going on the outside a lot on the grass. I pretty much lost all the time that I had built up in like the first couple laps. There's another one right there. Although the guy in second place never really caught up. I did. What's it called? I don't know if I did like a cut here or something, but I do remember this guy barely. Like I remember this race being neck and neck. I guess I decided to just go ahead and cut to the end. Not too sure about that. Actually, I think I know what happened here. I don't want to say it happened, but I'm pretty sure I like paused it, and then I just didn't realize that I was doing like the wrong videos, I think is what I want to say happened here. Yeah, I think that's what ended up happening. I skipped a lap 2, and I think I meant to show the first lap of New York. I think that's what ended up happening. So New York's gonna be like a few laps. Everything else is gonna be showing that. But yeah, I think I accidentally did like the wrong footage I wanted to record. Because what I like to do is I like to pause in the middle of recording, so that way it's like I don't have to worry about like cutting up the footage later on. It looks rough, and that's because it is, but like I prefer doing that rather than having to go in and cut the footage. I'd rather just kind of record what I need to when I'm recording an episode, and then if it's like just choose what I need to like pick out or what I want to keep in afterwards. Just have like an extra double layer of like I can just record or pause whatever I don't want to record, or if I want to show something specifically. But yeah, I think I hit the pause button or something, or didn't, and when I thought I did, and so I ended up recording like the footage that I wasn't really wanting to record, which is just like the extra few laps, and then like the extra, yeah, like the extra laps in the middle, and then the like post post victory like scoreboard, and then the menus and stuff like that. I didn't really want to record that. Um, yeah, I didn't really want to do that, so I guess it's on me that I didn't realize that the pause button was on or not. But anyways, back to actually, New York. Overall, this track wasn't too bad to drive on. It definitely wasn't like very difficult, just because the straightaways allowed me to get a lot of speed. This thing's better in corners, so the very few corners that New York does have in like the first half of the track definitely did help it kind of get some speed. I will say something like the roundabout definitely did help a lot too, because that's just entirely a turn right there. Yeah, I'd say overall this track just wasn't too bad to drive on, especially in this thing, which is just very fast, very nimble, very much able to take everything this track can throw at you very well. I don't know if I paused the footage here right now. I probably did because I wanted to show the last lap probably. So what's gonna probably end up happening is we're gonna cut ahead to like the next track or like the post victory, I guess, screens here. Maybe not. Maybe I did show. Nope. There we go. There's the cut. Okay, so I think I did end up correcting it at some point during this video, but not too sure when that would happen. Pretty sure it happened whenever the footage is gonna cut out next time. So I guess just going on to the next race, race number 4. This is I should have said this at the beginning, but this is a 5-race event. So race number 4 takes place on El Capitan. I'm assuming I'm gonna go ahead and cut forward here a bit. It's kind of stuck here. I think I was trying to like change what music I was listening to here. Okay, so after actually starting the race, the footage cut out, and I ended up recording most of what do you call it? Most of the race for El Capitan got lost because I thought I was recording when I wasn't, and when I thought I wasn't recording, I was recording a black screen. So that's pretty much how that ended up, really. El Capitan, pretty much not a lot to show here in terms of actual footage, but I won that race. And the very little bit you can see that I was just shoving a bit. The 5th and final race took place on Laguna Seca here, so forgot that happened. I'm going to cut that out in the audio, but for some weird reason, on this specific time when the audio decided to go ahead and cut itself out, it fucking just gave me like, I don't know how you would describe that sound. It sounds like if you were to pull out the audio plugs as the audio is going on, and it sounded horrible, and then I fucking hated that, right? Because it sounds horrible. It's just like data. It sounds like data. That's how I would say. It sounds like something's wrong. Is what I say it sounds like. Anyways, actually getting back to the race, I think this race overall was pretty easy. It's Laguna Seca. I've driven on this track a lot, so it definitely is like I know the layout. I know how to take the turns and stuff like that, right? Definitely was not taking it as cleanly as I possibly could have. Definitely was kind of just like cutting in, cutting out a bit, just kind of not really trying to just kind of cut a little bit on the corkscrew just to kind of cut through, just kind of get some time in. Wasn't anything too bad. I wasn't like taking the inside of the corkscrew completely, skipping to the last lap. We have the other Ford GT pretty much behind me. There was 3 Ford GTs, but one of them was specifically a GT40, which means that it was an old ass LM race car. So definitely not winning for sure. Not winning, but you know, definitely definitely what's it called? Cool to see. So yeah, that was about it for this All-American Championship here. Probably not the hardest event I could have chosen to do, especially towards the end of this Let's Play, but just something I've been meaning to get through for a long time, you know. And well, chances are, most likely, would have done a European event for the last, for one of the last events I was going to do for this series, but there were so many European events left to do, and there was only one Japanese and one American event each to do left, so I figured this would probably be the best to go ahead and go through. And as you can see, our prize pool for that is a whole $10,000 for race number 5. And then I think in terms of the whole event, it was like 100,000. Nope, it was not even close. It was 35,000. All right. And you know what? I remember something very annoying about this. Um, as soon as the prize card menu was about to show up, take a guess what happens. Well, congratulations, the footage cut out. That was so fucking annoying when I saw it happen. But yes, our prize car was the Chevrolet, uh, the original Corvette convertible from 1954. It's a very, it's not good, but it's a very interesting car to have because, you know, it's the first ever model of Corvette. So very cool to see. Very annoying to actually have to kind of recapture things for. I'm sure as you could tell, the music actually looped, including the drum roll, so that's interesting. I did not know the drum roll was a part of the music in this, like the prize car track. But anyways, with that, that is all the American and all the Japanese events down, with 2 whole episodes worth of actually doing these events. And with that, that wraps up the rest of these voiceover episodes. And that leaves only one left I'm planning on doing for right now. So, on the next episode of Gran Turismo 4, as I go ahead and pull up the Corvette, on the next episode of Gran Turismo 4, I'm going to go through one last event that I've chosen specifically. Um, I've chosen specifically to go through while I'm recording for one last episode for the finale, so I'll see y'all then.